first day of special voting weekend, one of our major concerns about holding elections this year was that it may turn into a super spreader event in the midst of COVID. Now, the IEC says the need to reduce congestion at voting stations has made the option of having special votes even more important this year. Now, ENCA's Slindelo Masikane joins us now for an update. Slindelo, you've been monitoring today our special votes. So far, how has it been?
Well, of course, it's day one of the special votes ahead of voting day on the 1st of November. And of course, now that the country is in a pandemic, in the midst of a pandemic, that these are the first elections really that are being conducted under these conditions. And it was quite crucial for the Electoral Commission to ensure that voting day doesn't turn into a super spreader event, which is why the special votes over this weekend have become quite significant. We know that just over 1 million applications were received by the IEC. They are looking to conduct at least over 500,000 home visits to allow voters to cast their vote, as well as just over 600,000 special votes that are expected to be cast at the various voting stations across the country. Now, I've been monitoring some of those here in and around Gauteng, and for the most part, things have gone smoothly, but it is important to point out that in Alexandra, in particular in the township, this morning we did see that there were some issues, some administrative issues rather, that were experienced in terms of voting stations, yes, opening on time. However, materials such as candidate lists as well as PPEs did not arrive on time. In fact, more than 3 hours of the voting stations being opened and that material hadn't arrived, meaning that voting actually could not take place. We did pose this question to the IEC to the extent of this issue and whether they'll be able to avert it for voting day as well as day 2 of these special votes. Let's take a listen to what the CEO of the IEC had to say.
There's enough personal protection equipment that we've procured for all the 185,000 staff who will be working at voting stations. So if in some voting stations in Alexandra they did not receive that, it's an aberration that can be corrected through our normal logistical operation. It is not a plan not to provide PPE. We have enough in stock, and that shouldn't be a problem. We'll intervene through our network of logistical operations to ensure that everybody has the PPE that they need to operate the voting stations.
Now, that was our reporter Slindelo Masikane, who's in around Gauteng, just assessing day one of the voting. To this now, Police Minister Bheki Cele says his department has identified hotspot areas ahead of the local government election. He says security agencies will ensure that local government elections are conducted in a safe and secure environment to ensure a free and fair vote.
Here was not on the plan initially, but looking things. You'll remember that we work on the helicopter eye. We're looking the whole country. We realized that something was coming up here. We had to come assure people that the police and all security agencies will be working with the community there. I know that there's been meetings, including the meeting yesterday of the community with the Minister and people have assured that things will go well, but we must assure from our side that if people deviate, we are there to bring things on the correct path. So we're here for that. Police have been increased here. We're good. We have an overall understanding of the province. This is other place where there have been a problem. For instance, your hotspots, voting stations have moved up from 9 to 15. So we're responding accordingly with all those things. So we are very much confident ourselves that the situation has been arrested, put in order, we expect nothing, but we're leaving nothing to chance. If anything happens, we're very able and capable to respond.